Good afternoon, Belize. It's midday and you're tuned into the news at noon, where we bring you the latest updates from around the country. I'm Isani Cayetano, and here's what's making headlines today. Controversial CEO pay raise sparks outrage amongst teachers and public officers. Teachers demand wage increase ahead of the budget presentation. In this week's episode of Belize Unreal, discovering the charm and mystery of Crooked Tree Village. And in the Vatican, white smoke signals new Pope's election on second day of the conclave. These stories and more are coming up in just 1 minute.
Every night, I bring you the stories that matter, delivering the facts with professionalism and heart. As an anchor, my goal is to keep you informed, connected, and engaged with the world around us. But the news isn't just about the headlines. I'm Sabrina Daly, and each week we look on the bright side with stories that inspire, uplift, and celebrate the strength of our community. Join me every night as we uncover stories that inform, inspire, and connect us. I am News 5.
Welcome back. Leader of the opposition, Tracy Panton, held a press conference to address the recent judgment by Justice Tawanda Hondura. The ruling concluded that Panton's expulsion from the UDP was unlawful and violated the party's constitution. Additionally, Justice Hondura determined that the October 24th convention was not an official UDP event, making its decisions non-binding. Panton shared her thoughts on the judgment, emphasizing its significance and implications for her position within the party.
There was a written decision by Judge Hondura of the High Court regarding the claim Shine and others against Tracy Panton and Philippa Bailey. In that decision, the judge indicated that I was not lawfully expelled from the party, and he also indicated that we made some procedural missteps where it related to the 20th of October convention, and as a result of that, the convention is deemed constitutionally invalid. It leaves the party having to make a determination on a way forward, not post October 20th though, post March the 12th. And we all know how March the 12th played out. The former party leader of the United Democratic Party lost his seat, and what the constitution of this party dictates is if you lose your seat, you cannot serve in the capacity of party leader. You cannot serve in the capacity of leader of the opposition in the National Assembly, and you certainly can't be deemed the area representative duly elected of the Mesopotamia division.
Stay tuned for her detailed reaction and what this means for the future of the UDP. As the House of Representatives prepares for its ceremonial opening on Friday, the budget for the 2025 fiscal year has yet to be presented. Despite this delay, teachers are calling for an adjustment to the minimum wage and an 8.5% salary increase. Although the budget exercise is complete, it appears unlikely that the Briceño administration will meet these demands. Chief Executive Officer Diane Mejia confirmed earlier today that most of the funds allocated for the Ministry of Education will be used to pay teachers. This development comes as the Belize National Teachers Union continues to push for better compensation amid financial uncertainties.
You know, the work of putting together a budget has been done for the new fiscal year. I can tell you that the 2025-2026 cost for wages, for pensions, for transferring public officers is $787 million. Over 80% of the budget of the Ministry of Education is already committed to salaries. This is not an easy ask, and this is not an ask that can be answered by the Ministry of Education.
A few weeks ago, we reported on a controversial salary increase granted to all chief executive officers in the Briceño administration, including CEO Diane Mejia. The pay raise implemented after the recent general election has angered teachers and public officers who feel the government is neglecting their needs as workers. This morning, CEO Mejia shared her perspective on the issue, adding fuel to the ongoing debate. The discontent among educators and public servants continues to grow as they demand more support and compensation from the government.
That raise was not something, and I think that I need to speak here for all my colleagues, was not something that we actively pursued. But in the grand scheme of things, that amounts to $250,000 more or less, which is less than 1% of what we are looking at in the big picture compared to 8.5% for teachers. And it's difficult to be held to account for something when you work hard and you are producing. You didn't go and ask your boss for a raise. Your boss says to you, "You've done well, yet here I sit responsible for $300 million of this country's hard-earned money."
Yeah.
And I am being held to account for the people that I work for in good faith, for something that I appreciate, because I feel that the Prime Minister in good faith said to us as CEOs, "We feel like you've worked hard and you deserve this."
In this week's edition of Belize Unreal, we explore the enchanting history of Crooked Tree Village. Famous for its cashews, wildlife sanctuary, and timeless traditions, this village has roots that run deep. But have you ever wondered how Crooked Tree got its name? While no one alive today knows for sure, there are two intriguing theories. Village Chairman George Stillett shared that the name might come from a uniquely twisted tree, or from three crooks who once settled there. Regardless of its origin, the name dates back to the 1700s, adding to the village's mystique and charm.
In the late 1700s, a bunch of European lagwood cutters, along with their African slaves, were journeying down the Belize River in search of lagwood, which was then the only source of income for the country. This product is being used for ship making and to make dye, that they use to change the color of textile. Anyway, they diverted into this area known as Black Creek and found this inland island with its abundance of lagwood. And they start trading lagwood, but they need to get a name from where these lagwoods were coming from. So one of the settlers noted an extraordinary twisted bulletwood tree that they had their encampment under. And it was from then and that early they got the curious name of Crooked Tree.
You sure it's that? It's not a crooked three men?
There is this crazy theology that some people brought upon us because it was settled by three slave owners, the Tillets, the Gillets, and the Crawfords. And they were referred to as the Crooked Three. But I'm quite sure that's not what the village got its name from.
Okay, it's from a tree.
Yes, it's from a twisted bulletwood tree.
In world news, white smoke rising from the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican indicates that a new pope has been elected on the afternoon of the second day of the conclave, continuing a recent tradition. The cardinal electors cast their votes with folded ballots, which are mixed in an urn to maintain secrecy. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost is the 267th pope and has taken the name Pope Leo XIV. He was revealed to the world from the balcony of the St. Peter's Basilica, where his papal name was announced. The new pope delivered a brief speech and said a prayer. His formal coronation will take place in the coming days, likely in St. Peter's Square, following the precedent set by the last two popes, Benedict XVI and Francis, who were also elected on the second day of voting. Before them, John Paul II was chosen on the third day. That's a wrap for the news at noon. But don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit channel5belize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes tomorrow morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.